Gear Mondays, the greatest Metal Gear podcast ever.
I don't agree with you.
Releasing on Monday, every Monday.
How did you patch into my radio frequency?
Stinks in here. Bad.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor.
Ladies, gearsmen, babies, and gentle thems, I am James Reichmuth, hosting this week's episode of Metal Gear Mondays, the podcast that reviews all things Kojima and Metal Gear in pseudo-chronological order, backwards, forwards, left, right, up, down. And this week, I'm joined early in the morning by Liliana Wright.
It's me. Let's go, baby. If you're a Patreon viewer, you can see my gnarly fucking bruise on my arm, and this one too.
Is that new?
Pretty relatively. So, fun fact,
Like not last night new? Like, was that happening when we recorded last night?
Last night? Yeah. It was there last night.
Oh, okay. I was like, between last night and this morning, what happened?
For continuity, I didn't bring it up yesterday. Last night, I was waiting until today to bring it up.
Got it.
The thing about having to go to get your blood drawn regularly, semi-regularly, is that you have to get your blood drawn. I don't know if you knew that, but
The thing about getting your blood drawn is you got to get your blood drawn.
You can tell it's a tree by the way that it is. So the thing that I've always been told about, like, whenever I would have to get my blood drawn, is that I've got like good veins for like
yummy
getting, but they are squirrely. They like to dance around.
Squirrely vein.
And so
you gotta get a normal case of squirrely vein. So we have a routine case of squirrely veins with this patient.
Yeah. So when I went to the doctor to do it was my 6-month checkup, they went into this arm, finally found one, but the angle they put it in at blew the vein.
Ooh.
And so that's what that is. And then they said, okay, let's try this arm. And then they did it again over here on the right arm.
Terrible.
And so they don't hurt at all. I literally only discovered them maybe 5 days after the appointment in the shower, because they don't hurt to the touch at all. They're just really gnarly to look at. But they literally had to send me to the lab that processes the blood results, because the lab had stuff there that could help find the vein easier. So they didn't even get enough blood from me at my appointment. They had to send me to the lab for them to draw my blood, and then they were able to get. So they wound up sticking me here next to this less bad bruise. But
I find that the arm veins are tougher. I also struggle. I have squirrely veins as well. They usually have to go in my hand to get my blood, but they don't believe me when I tell them that. My hand.
I need to put those on some hotkey buttons so I can be quicker to the press.
Just had that.
Ready to go. Yeah, they did stick my hand once. I hate, because there's the skin is so thin, and it's so uncomfortable. But
maybe
they did go in
thicker skin. You ever think about that, Lily?
I know, I'm trans, and they talk about me online a lot, so I don't know. I don't know if I can develop thicker skin. I have to be mad all the time, apparently.
Gotcha.
Anyway, that's me. I'm Lily. Hi.
Nice. Well, cool. I am.
Wait.
Alessio.
James.
Yeah.
we have another
I'm
person.
introducing
Oh yeah, we
myself,
have
I
a
assume.
Well, I'm dropping the ball in my
I don't
hosting
have
duties.
to. I don't have to wait. I don't have
I'm
to wait
also
for James to let the door open.
Someone who needs no introduction.
Yeah, whatsoever.
Lucia Summerfield.
What's up? I'm punchy on the soundboard this morning because it's earlier than we normally do.
Yeah.
I
This
would
is
say it's
earliest.
12 hours earlier, yeah.
Yeah. So my daughter went to school about an hour and a half ago. I've been sitting around watching YouTube and drinking coffee.
I love it. Yeah, what's normal wake up time in dad life these days?
Mm.
Talking 5, we talking 6,
Yeah, lately 5:30.
5:30. Yeah.
Mostly because so I don't start work until 10, which is
That's
wonderful.
lovely. That is
But it means I get off a little later, which means that in the evenings, Kristen is pretty much stuck with the baby until bedtime. And then I will elect to come in and handle the wind down. But because she gets stuck with the baby at night and because Kristen goes to work early, like 8, she just has no time. So I have woken up earlier to take care of the baby so she can like go for a run in the morning or whatever.
That's teamwork.
Yeah, so but it's exhausting because your boy likes to stay up a little too late. And yeah, so here I am. And yeah, it's been good for transparency. We recorded part 1 of Delta last night with our amazing guest. We'll go ahead and get you guys pumped for the next 4 days of waiting. But we recorded with Kay Ross from the Bonfireside Chat. Watch out for fireballs. Fame.
Duckfeed.tv.
Yeah, wonderful folks. But yeah, I think at this point we have irritated Gaiden VXL circa 2017. Quote, I love the parts when they talked about Metal Gear, but I just hated when they were talking about something that was not the game for far too long.
We're finally talking about the game.
Yeah,
something that is the game.
Let's get into the game
is
part.
The game.
James, just for the folks at home, you've never beaten Metal Gear Solid 3, right?
I've never beaten Metal Gear Solid 3. I remember less about it than I thought I did, which has been a treat so far. I'm having a blast. I forgot how much I love Cold War era spy shit, and so that's great. I also forgot how much I miss David Hayter's voice.
Oh yeah,
and like part of me is like, man, I feel like somebody at Sega heard David Hayter and went to the Sonic American actor and was like, you got to do this. You got to go fast. Got to go fast, but you got to go fast as Snake. I really respect that.
I like that.
I'm blue today in honor of Sonic.
He died for our sins. Shout out to Discord user Pregnant Sonic.
Our hedgehog who art in heaven, Sonic be thy name. Amen.
I because in part 1, as we do sort of with most first episodes of seasons, we go into like a little bit of development history, a little bit of generalities. We're gonna not talk about that stuff really. This is like strictly release day, quick little hour of the gang riffing on what it was like to crack open the blister pack for the first time.
That's beautiful. Really
the
like
gang plays Metal Gear.
yeah.
I did want to mention one thing that we didn't talk about. Virtuous, who is the company that like remade Delta, or did Delta, was the same Virtuous that just did the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remake.
That
remaster.
explains the performance issues.
Virtual?
Yeah. So that's the same company. They've done a lot of stuff, but that was their most recent thing. So they put that out.
They crushed the Oblivion remake. I'll give them that. And so far, well, I don't know. I feel like I don't remember playing the original one, so like, I don't know if they crushed this remake. But
they're just support studio, so apparently like a majority of it was internal Konami people. So
that's good. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, we talked about it. We're going to talk about it on the part 1 more, but quite a lot of Kojima Productions / Konami folks from past Metal Gears.
I was
work on.
thinking about that, and I feel like we addressed this really well during the Death Stranding season. But it takes a village to make a video game, and given how much of the core DNA is still at Konami, I feel like we can all lighten up a little bit and enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely took the pants off when I booted this fucker up.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. You got to. Only way to play is pantsless.
Yeah. So just because we're probably going to get into like how Lily and I played kind of more granularly in the part one, I'm curious to hear from you, James. Like, what settings did you pick? What like filters are you using? What like sort of experience are you setting up for yourself? Are you just like in a little 12-inch monitor in the back of a short bus? Are you hanging out downstairs with a movie theater size screen? Like, what's you playing on your iPhone the way God intended?
I've got a nice it's a 27-inch HDR monitor that I'm rocking. I think it's an Acer, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know the brand. I don't want to shout
Acer. I hardly know her.
That's right. I'm doing like the full remake settings. I turned on the legacy filter for a second and was like, you know what? I don't need this. I wasn't there.
Oh, okay. Word.
So I'm going straight. I'm going straight new.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. It's like, no, this isn't for me.
Immediately,
This wasn't made for me.
it really was. I was looking at some of them colors, and I was like, I appreciate who this is for. It's not for me. I do love. I will say, my favorite thing so far is the dramatic shift from like the new like filters and like just high fidelity cutscenes to the fucking old as shit PNG backgrounds.
Oh yeah,
Like, that's killer.
we touched on this in part one too, but like the oldest shit PNG backgrounds that they did, that they expanded to full HD resolution instead of keeping it 4:3, which I think is fucking hilarious.
People are gonna have pitchforks. How dare there be black bars on my screen? Anyway,
That's right.
the number of people that even bitch about like letterboxing on the Steam Deck is like insane to me.
It's like, what?
They're like, no, 1280 by 720. Are you fucking kidding? 1280 by 800. I need my 80 pixels. God damn it! And it's like,
sound like
dude,
they sound like the fucking Heineken Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah.
Can I? You saying Pabst Blue Ribbon? Can I?
16 by 9. 16 by 10.
Oh my god! I need to go off on an unrelated tangent.
Really talking about camels?
Yeah, I need to talk about camels real quick. I need to find the. I'm
sorry,
press
what is
release.
this? Are we talking about weapons? What is that?
No, well, Cole, or not Cole. I sent it to Cole. That's why I'm looking up Cole's text that I sent. Campbell's Chunky Soup and Pabst Blue Ribbon invite fans to crack open a warm one with a new collaboration. Soup and beer lovers unite. 2 bold beer-infused soups are hitting Walmart shelves. Of course, it's Walmart. Camden, New Jersey, August 18th, 2025. Campbell's Chunky, known for its hearty, flavor-packed soups, is teaming up with Pabst Blue Ribbon, the American beer brand known for its iconic look and taste. Together, the brands are serving up a new collaboration. 2 soups that bring together the craveability of Chunky and the smooth taste of Pabst Blue Ribbon.
I got 2 soups. I can picture Don Draper with the Venn. He's like the Venn diagram of Campbell's lovers and Pabst Blue Ribbon's lovers. It's a fucking circle, guys. Like, we got a slam dunk on our hands.
I mean, I have eaten Campbell's Chunky Soup and I have drank Pabst Blue Ribbon, so quite frankly, I'm the target audience for this. Some
madman came in and was like, watch this, and he poured a can of Pabst Blue Ribbon into his bowl of soup, and he was like, we got a hit on our hands. It's fucking good.
There was a period of time where Cole Duncan's wife Chanel insisted that it was easier to shotgun a can of soup than it was a White Claw.
Oh no.
And we have video evidence of that being false, but now I feel like it's time to try again.
Yeah. So. I agree.
All right.
Now's no time like the present.
Nice. That soup you like is going back into style.
Anyway, I'm so sorry to do that, but I had like a brain blast, like a Jimmy Neutron. Like, I won't be able to move on until I talk about this on a medium that I'm a part of. So
I appreciate that in the last 5 minutes we've had multiple Lynch and Liquid combo discussions.
Liquid.
So Liquid.
Liquid.
It all ties back, Lynch, PT, Liquid,
That's right.
Liquid Snake.
That's
Here we
right.
are.
Can I say one dialogue related thing that I just found very
hit us with all
cute?
of it, since you're not going to be on part one. Just like dump it all.
Yeah, I'm not on part one. I was at an event supporting my partner. They opened a new carnival in St. Louis, and she was covering it for their social media. And I went and I learned that I get motion sick from rides.
Hey,
Oh, that sucks.
So
I'm so sorry to hear that.
shout out to me. Shout out to my tummy. There would no. I just realized Kojima. I like that he's so on theme, I think, throughout his career. When they said spirit and body are two sides of the same coin, I was like, the Han-Ka was around us all along. Like, the seeds were planted.
I like that.
I'm fucking here for it. So much cool shit. What are you both playing on the legacy filters and whatnot?
No, I'm doing like all new X-Men. I'm doing like new controls, new filters, everything like that.
Yeah.
It is
weird. Even the blue thing that we were talking about in part one, you didn't change it after Blue Menace.
I'm just sticking with. I'm gonna play through it again because again, I think they mentioned that like because of the changes to the controls, it's like you can get through it pretty quickly. So I want to play through it again with like all the legacy stuff, and so I'm just playing it as developed right now.
Cool.
And so I'm like me and James are like the control, and Alessio's playing like 3 different versions on like 16 screens.
Yeah.
Typing with like keyboards like this. Enhanced.
His eyes are in the back of his head.
Somehow all 16 screens are just Big Boss dying, going and like slightly different pitches and volumes. So I guess the only thing I'm really doing, so I'm doing new controls. And I am doing fidelity mode, so the 1440p, 30 frames a second, partially because of the Digital Foundry video that I watched, where it's like the unlocked kind of 60 frames thing fucking throttles insanely between like 35 and 60 frames, like nonstop at random. And I was like, you know what? The original game is 30 frames on the PS2. I'm just going to fucking put it at, even though it's a locked 30, it's like the frame pacing is not great, but at least it's a locked 30. So I was like, you know what? I'll take consistency over like weird hiccups. So I am playing on that mode. I do think it actually looks better. I did some like A/B testing, and I do think it looks a little bit better. But I do have the legacy filter turned on, the visual filter. I just switched it on when it gave me the prompt at the beginning. I was like, oh yeah, like when you see the little preview, I was like, oh, that looked pretty cool. Like I'm just gonna do that. I did switch it off. Once you're in the game, you can open the menu and it'll show you what it's gonna look like kind of with what you're doing.
Oh, that's cool.
And I noticed that the default just looks so fucking blue in the shadows and the blacks. And I'm like, I don't know, dog. So like I just flipped it back to Legacy and was like, this looks better to me. The other version, like Legacy might be a little green skewing, but I mean you're in the fucking jungle, so like in the jungle. Whatever. But I just, to my eye, the default looks a little cool. And I was just
lots
like,
of cool colors. I do agree.
So. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Other than that, I'm doing new controls. I just I want to see what they wanted.
The new controls feel great.
Yeah, it's been good. I particularly I like the roll into prone kind of fluidity. Also like as you're walking into prone kind of animations look really cool.
Yeah. I'm still just like completely fascinated by there being a crouch walk, quite frankly.
The crouch walk step. That's a very welcome addition. I really like, I feel like in Death Stranding 2, which we just played, you kind of had to. I always felt like I kind of had to go out of my way to play it sneaky because I was like so OP, and I really forgot how much I enjoy like a game where sneaking is encouraged. You're a little bit more fragile. It's narratively, but not that fragile. It's narratively like reinforced that you should be sneaking, which I also really like. I think when I first started playing, I took it too seriously how much I should be sneaking, and so like I wasn't knocking people out or tranking anyone, and I just kept getting caught and reloading. And I was like, wait, no, I can knock these people out. I'm good.
Yeah. It behooves you to do
it
that.
does. It does. You can
Yeah.
I like when you pick people up and they fucking shoot out ammo. Love that.
That is a good one. Yeah, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can pull my Death Stranding sneak past literally everybody, get the thing and leave. As well in this, just because of
certainly
you just don't have as much space to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
not as much space in like the. So it's like it's not as much space, and also the guards have the same like cone of vision as the enemies in Death Stranding 2, where it's just like they'll see you really from across the map. They
got good vision.
Yeah, it is not. This is not MGS 1 and 2 territory.
No, they've got good vision insurance or some good program through the government that's getting them high quality content.
Is that fucking communist vision coverage, dude? Everybody knows historically communism, everything's bad except for the vision and dental.
Yeah.
Comrades, see far and chomp hard.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think so, James. I'm curious. In terms of, since this is your first experience, like, can you give us like the word cloud of like the first, like your emotions that you're feeling, like how, like, I don't know, what's it like to be back in the saddle of like old school Kojima with the fucking 20-minute long documentary interludes? Like, how are you feeling?
I big fan. I really at first I was like, oh, this is maybe not going to be my speed with how much exposition there is. And I was like, you know what? No, like fucking inject it straight into my veins. Like I want all of the Cold War chewing of the scenery. I won't get into it too much, but like just the Virtuous mission in general, when you fucking meet Ocelot, I was like, this is excellent. Like you fucking proto Higgs Monahan, like I see all the threads you're doing, Kojima. Like, I get it. I see what you love. Oh,
that's a good point. I guess I never really thought about that. Yeah, Ocelot
like,
is just definitely like that.
Yeah, well, and was I misremembering this in 5? It played by Troy Baker, right?
Yeah.
That's still Ocelot. Yeah.
So I was like, Ocelot. He's a little different.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's like it's all connected. But no, like I love the background. I love like how fucking cagey like all of leadership is. Paramedic kills me. Love her.
She's great.
Bless her little heart. The name Paramedic.
The code names are great.
Anytime David Hayter asks a question, I'm tickled. He just sounds so perplexed. It's literally like they threw Snake into this plane, didn't tell him anything, and he's just trying to smoke his cigar and live his life.
Yeah. Our original autistic boy.
Yeah.
That's essentially what happens. James, we're going to... So there are 3 spoilers that I'm going to censor in part 1 because I'm dumb. But I think in general, since this might be a lot of people's first Metal Gear Solid, and we might have a lot of people coming to this show for the very first time, I think we are going to try to keep like the game spoilers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not necessarily to a minimum, but like we're gonna wait until like the final few episodes before we start to make like the big like, oh hey, by the way, this person is this person. This person is that person from this game 20 games down the road or whatever. Just because for some of the folks that are coming back to Delta, it's like this is a perfect opportunity for us to talk about how it ties back into MGS 5, which we hadn't covered when we were playing the first season of MGS 3.
No, and I will say with no spoilers, having played 5 so extensively, real treat so far. I'm just like, wow, everything's clicking in place for me.
Yeah, for sure. So it's fun. Chad, our Discord mod, who's going to be on the MGS2 remaster season as the like other fresh pup playing that
Mhm.
game.
I don't like
I specifically asked
Oh.
I specifically asked him, I was like, "Are you playing Delta?" And he was like, "No." And I was just like, "Perfect."
Yeah.
Because like you can
It
play them.
recontextualizes everything if you play 3 first. And it's like
Yeah.
it is one of those things where it's just like it's chronologically it's the first game in the series, obviously. But it's like there's so much that happens that contextualizes stuff that happens in the earlier games because it takes place in the past compared to their future, and it's like there you get a different vision of Metal Gear Solid,
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 4,
Interesting.
Peace Walker, all of them if you play
Yeah.
3 first.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Well, and that's why I'm glad we have James and Chad, because
Yep.
like Chad's going to be playing MGS2 with no MGS3 knowledge. James is
Mhm.
going to be playing MGS2 with no MGS3 with no MGS2 knowledge. And
Right.
so it's like this fun kind of
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it'll be fun to like
That is interesting.
ask you guys the same question. And
I'm
see the
excited
two-
about that too. That's cool.
I will in this I'm going to say a name and it's not going to mean anything right now if you have no idea what 3 is or what's going on in 3. I am very interested in what James thinks about the Rykov stuff.
Yes. I'm interested to hear what I think about the Rykov stuff.
I am too. Very, very interested in the Rykov stuff in general.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I will say thematically, just one thing that I noticed and I'm just really interested in, because I think we've talked on the podcast before about, obviously Kojima very influenced by, the Eastern view of like nuclear armament, nuclear war, the effect that has on people. And like, I think one of the very first lines when you boot the game up is kind of the inverse of that classic Fallout line. That's like war never changes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, war's war.
Yeah.
Like war does
That's
not
also
change.
really funny compared to Metal Gear Solid 4's intro,
Yeah.
which I'll just
Yep.
spoil for people is war has changed.
Yeah, it's like the first line.
It's like there's just a lot of great I feel like symmetry throughout this series that I'm
like-
excited to see kind of the first chronological and then how that relates to everything else that came both before and after it.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
It's
Yeah.
I was trying not to say that. I was like, don't quote George Lucas, don't do it.
It's gonna be really it's
have
gonna be
you
really
played
interesting
one,
to do
James?
the
Sorry.
4 remasters,
Yeah, 4 is
especially in the
I
current
have played one,
political climate.
I've never played 2, but played 1.
Yeah.
Alessio,
Can't
go,
wait
say what you said again because like everybody was talking.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was just gonna mute everybody but me in the end. I'm kidding. No, I was just gonna say it's gonna be interesting playing MGS4 for the remaster season in the current political climate because A, there's a lot of shit to talk about, much like there is with MGS2, but B, it's like, and sorry guys, I'm gonna get political, quote unquote. I'm just gonna talk about fucking global history for 2 seconds. So
imagine going into this video game and being like, I don't want to talk about politics.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking
like
about?
The first 10 minutes of the game is literally global politics from the 60s.
Well, one of the characters
all about blindly following leaders. And,
one of the characters explicitly talks about how like the mission is based on politics. Like they literally just spell it out for you as early as possible. But this is all about politics.
It'll be interesting because thinking like while you guys were talking about war, the whole has never changed or war has changed or whatever. I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, how has war changed? And I think really the only difference is like, right, war was always fucking profiteering, essentially the like blood covered version of gerrymandering, right? It's like, how do we take property and redraw these lines so that I get more and you get less? How do we use war to make money off of dead young people? But I think the difference between MGS4 war and MGS3 war, much like the difference between 2025 war and I don't know 2030 or 1935 war, is that we are just way more transparent about the profiteering. part.
Yep.
It is quite literally like joining the military. I feel like is a career track, less a duty.
Yes.
I think
100%.
joining the military also has its own fucking factory assembly line with its own checks and milestones and all this shit, performance reviews, and it's like less about, I don't know, and maybe we're just romanticizing it, but I think it's less about like ideals and more about the Patriots bottom line.
Yeah.
Like we're in billionaire territory in 2025.
To kind of like tie into
I
that, and this is obviously anecdotal, but I think there's something to be said about it. Is where like I know there are people out there that are like, oh yeah, America, let's defend our country and stuff like that. The vast majority of people that I know that either are in or were in the military did it because they could make money, or they would pay for college,
They pay for
or
school.
Yeah,
100%.
paying for school and paying for insurance are the two that I hear the most.
So it's
I would actually say, I remember at my high school it being a very big thing that like everybody in my grade level that signed up for the military was doing it explicitly for the college and the potential of getting like a cushy job afterwards. And they were scared shitless of like being like in actual war. They were like, I don't want to support this, but like our family has no money. Like we're very
it's
poor.
the only way. Like it's the only way out. People,
yeah. Which is
that's essentially what we're describing is extortion.
Yes.
So,
100%.
Again, not trying to say patriotism is bad. Nationalism is bad.
Nationalism is bad. Blindly following people for the sake of being a patriot is not great.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and the reason why we bring all this up is because this game is going to be talking almost explicitly about this shit. It actually kind of has already started doing that in the beginning of the game. But I do think we're going to see some like really cool, like, it's like Snake kind of represents the people who care about the soldiers as people.
Yeah.
The boss kind of represents like, I don't know, essentially putting your whole self into a philosophy, into a way of thinking. And then you've got people like Ocelot or like Volgan who are like beholden to selfishness, or they're beholden to the mission more than their nation. And we even see Ocelot kind of struggle with this. Like in part 1, we'll talk about it, but he's very mission oriented. But at a certain point, in his youth, you can tell in this game that he's kind of still kind of stuck in between like, okay, my loyalties to the mission, but also these people are my countrymen. What the fuck are we doing here? You know what I mean? So it's like, all this stuff that you may not remember is intensely because it was 2004 when this came out. And if you played it when it came out, you were more than likely a teenager or a preteen.
I was 12.
Yeah, exactly. I think, in 2004, I was 15. I turned 15 2 months before this game came out. And so, so it's like we were all in different headspaces, and so it's like I think revisiting this as a 35-year-old man, oh my god, that's crazy. Because I haven't turned 36 yet, so it's like almost literally been like 20 years since this game.
That's
like in terms of
literally last year was its 20-year anniversary.
Yeah,
that's why everybody thought that it was going to come out last year in November because it was the 20th anniversary of the game, and it turns out nope, summer 2025.
Yeah,
not quite 21 years.
Fun fact for the listeners, we actually were planning on coming back as a show had it come out on the 20-year anniversary. We Lily and I had been talking about pulling the trigger on bringing the show back probably about a year before the show actually came back. So we were
it was literally just like it was literally like nuclear proliferation. We just had our fingers on the button, ready to waiting for an announcement date. And we were just like, I swear to God, if this game comes out, and it's like the longer it got towards the end of the year, the more we were just like, fuck, please just delay it to next year. Just let it be next year.
Yeah. Well, and then they fucking delayed it to like right after Death Stranding 2. And I was like, God damn it. I wanted to come back on a Metal Gear and I don't want to race to finish a game. Like, God damn it.
Although admittedly, I think that the way we played Death Stranding, I felt very comfortable with how I played that game. So that was redemption as well for me.
Yeah. Nice. Well, yeah, let's continue to discuss the story as it continues. I do want to keep talking about sort of first impression stuff. And yeah, I'm very excited to get into the nuances of the game and hear James's take, because it's been a long time since I've heard a new perspective.
Yeah. Is it part of the original game where you can like zoom in during cutscenes? Is it added for this because like the fidelity is so much higher? I know like the first person stuff
I think
was
you
in
can.
the OG.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I also you can move the
Yeah.
when you're in the codec mode, you can move the camera around Snake or whatever. In
Oh,
the
that's
background.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah. I like that stuff. I just feel like it. There's like a lot of like little touches. I feel like where it's like this is a smartly designed game.
I know that it was a thing in the OG because I was 12 when I played it originally, and there are scenes that let you do that.
Hey. Hey,
Horny.
put that on the soundboard.
It's it's okay though, because it turns out I turned out to be a gay woman, so it's fine.
Hey,
it's a different kind of
same
horny.
horny.
That's right.
Nice. Yeah, I one thing that I misremembered, and I was sitting here like a crazy person just mashing every fucking button on the controller and being like, why isn't it working? In MGS2 during codec sequences, if you press L1 and R1, you can hear people's thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's pretty fucking sick. And I can't remember if you have to beat the game first or if it's just by default.
No, it's just in there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think so. One of them, it's either L1 or L2 or R1 or R2, but one of them is positive thoughts. The other is negative thoughts.
That's incredible.
And I thought it was in this game too. So I kid you not, I pressed every fucking button on the controller and I was like, Major Tom, why can I hear your thoughts? Like,
yeah, I'm curious because I haven't really played this one through. Is this the type of game where I should be like kind of exploring the sets I'm in to find shit? Like, are there things to see, like things I need to be aware of that you would recommend like a new player watch out for?
They're
the R1
contained
stuff.
Yeah, the
I think
R1
R1
stuff,
is
sure.
important.
In the
later
world,
in the game,
not really.
later in the game, there's like R1 shit that's like legit
Hidden,
like,
right?
lore
Yeah.
defining.
Okay.
As far as like exploring the world, not really. They're pretty like contained set boxes, so there's not
great.
a lot. If you're interested, like I think each scene has like a Gakko and a Karopi in it, like a little frog and a little duck.
Okay.
So that's the collectibles for the game. So you shoot them and they make little noises.
Okay, cool.
You get like you get some type of prize for collecting them at the end. But
keep an eye out for that.
Oh, I love that this game, we didn't mention it in the part one. I love that this game actually shows you what you get for shit. So like if you go into so at the beginning when it hits you with the choice, hey, which Metal Gear do you like?
Oh yeah.
And you get like the big list. It's amazing to see how many things, because I went back into the original and there's like fucking 3 items essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But in this game, before you click one, it actually shows you what it's going to do, which it did not in the original. And then the other thing is if you go into the options and you look under titles or whatever, where it shows you the different code names you can get for beating the game, it just straight up tells you what you unlock for doing that. And it tells you how to get it, which the other games never did. And I don't know. I kind of like secrets where like no one says shit. But in today's day and age, with my limited time, it's like, well, thank you for letting me know what's behind door number 2.
I agree. It does feel like such a philosophy shift in like game design because like that feels so PS2 era of like there's gonna be some shit that like if you do it, you're gonna get something cool, but we're never gonna tell you how to do it or why to do it. Whereas I feel like most things now like people expect like some form of like streamlined, like if you're gonna have me spend time on this, like I got to know what I'm getting out of it. Just like I think like good for like people who grew up with video games who are now more limited on time, but it's interesting. Like I don't know, I'd be curious to see like the amount of like 12 to 15-year-olds that are playing Delta. I bet it's low because they're all in fucking Roblox, you know.
They're playing a lovingly crafted recreation of Delta in Roblox right now.
I do hope that for some like 12, 13-year-old, maybe with a dad who loves playing this game or something. I do hope that for them, this is like a watershed moment where they're like, oh, fuck, like this is great.
Yeah.
Like, I
Real
feel
nice
like if
bonding.
Edie was a little bit older, this would probably be like, you'd probably be sharing this with her right now.
Yeah, if she was like 10 years older, probably.
If she was like 4.
Yeah, if she was like 4 years
Yeah.
old.
Teaching
Yeah,
about the Cold War
If
early.
she was like
being
1
those
and a
fucking-
half.
Yeah, like right now. We're being those fucking obnoxious parents where it's like, I think Edith to date has maybe seen a television screen turned on for a grand total of like 4 hours across her entire
Yeah.
lifespan. But yeah, and even when it's on, after about 5 minutes, she fucking just walks away.
Hell
Like, she
yeah.
doesn't even give a shit. So it's like,
It's probably good.
yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say medically, we've heard from so many people that like screen time before 2 is like
Yeah.
a big fucking no-no.
I would
Like,
imagine it's very damaging to
neurological
the
fucking
brain.
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Once,
anyway,
once 2 hits though,
Yeah,
iPad
fuck it,
baby.
dude.
Let's fucking go.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to fucking cast judgment. Everybody does their own thing, especially single parents. God fucking bless you.
Yeah.
That is insanity.
Yeah.
But anytime I go to a restaurant and there's like a kid Edith's age with just a fucking iPad in front of her for the
Mhm.
duration of the 2-hour dinner, I'm just like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
happening? Like,
Just fucking up those dopamine receptors early.
yeah, dude. It's like, I don't know. I get it. You want to go out on a nice dinner, but like maybe get a goddamn babysitter.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Anyway, come at me. Everybody's different. Sorry. I don't mean to be judgmental. I'm very ornery this morning. But yeah, if anybody's listening who has a kid that's a teen who you're showing this game to, we would love to hear about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Send us
Yeah,
an
if there's
email.
any good bonding happening. I always think that's really cool. Because I mean, like, I remember like my dad showed me games that he loved at an early age, and it was like a really great bonding moment. And I can only imagine, like, had I been a little bit older, experiencing something that like had so many
Mhm.
real world connections, like this game, like bonding to the nth degree, you know. So like, I'm also stoked to hear about that. I hope there are folks out there that are getting to share something they love with someone they love
Yeah.
in a new
100%.
way.
I think my story about how I got into Metal Gear in the first place is pretty well documented. So it's like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty key.
Yeah, and
Pretty clutch.
again, I would say to like, if your kids are super super young, I think it's totally fucking a-okay to sit down with them together and
Mhm.
watch some shit and talk about it and have it
Yeah.
be a dialogue. What I am saying I'm against is just shoving a screen in front of your kid and then
Mhm.
leaving them unattended.
Set it and forget it.
So yeah, I'll never
God.
forget. Actually, I was reading about Kojima's upbringing, and he said that
He was
his
also an iPad baby.
yeah. He was an iDroid baby. But he said that his parents, when he got to a certain age, would take him to the movies almost every week, and then afterwards they would talk about what they watched, and then that was like a huge defining thing for him. And I've never like stopped thinking about that. So I think when Edith is
Yeah.
old enough, it's going to be like, hey, let's go watch a movie, and then as a family talk about what we just watched.
That's so cool.
So anyway,
So
yeah,
when- so
contact
when
at
you're
Metal Gear
showing-
Mondays.
When you're showing, contact at MetalGearMondays.com. When you're showing your 1.5-year-old the substance, please let us know. It's contact at MetalGearMondays.com.
You have to show her how babies are made.
Yeah, of course. With a really disturbingly long needle and a lot of uncomfortable scenery. So
Yeah.
imagery. I just want to again. I'm the queen of like taking us off the path for a second. But
Mhm.
James, you saying set it and forget it. Do people know that set it and forget it is from the Ronco Showtime rotisserie oven infomercial?
I think technically it's from the. I think it's from Infomercial World, but I think it predates
yeah.
the Ronco stuff too.
I'm pretty sure Ronco is like the original.
I know it's from an infomercial, but I don't. I will say,
I remember
did
it
not
being
know that.
Ronco. Yeah.
You're
I did
totally
not
right. Yeah,
know that
Showtime
it was
rotisserie oven
Ronco.
in the late 90s was the set it and forget it.
My screen time when I was a kid was literally just watching infomercials all the time, and I wish I was
did
joking.
too. I did too.
Yeah.
I wish
But
I
I
was
just, like,
joking.
for some reason in my head, I was like, surely it's got to be older than the 90s. Like it has
Oh
to.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
One of my favorite infomercials that I've ever seen was, and I can't find it online anywhere. It's like it might be a hallucination because I did watch infomercials when I was a kid when I was sick a lot when I was home from school. but there was an infomercial for this thing called the Nicer Dicer. And it was one of those like things where you put the fruit or the vegetable in the thing and you slam it down and it chops it and dices
Like the
it,
slap chop.
Yeah. No. That's a different thing. That's a different thing about.
Is it one of those infomercials where they show people being really inept with normal everyday objects?
With knives.
They're like, "Oh, how do I cut this?" And they're just slamming a knife into a table.
Yes.
It's like not like that, not like that at all.
Not like that, but they invited the creator of the Nicer Dice with German engineering, the creator Petra Lee Potts, and it's the most exaggerated German. And to be fair, I don't know if she was actually German or if it was a character, or if it was the real person, but she was Petra Lee Potts was the most exaggerated German accent. It's like, yeah, we have the Nicer Dice, and we're going to chop the apple for the strudel. Yeah, it was very like, what is happening? This feels offensive.
Incredible.
Yeah, so the three sick minds that you're listening to were brought up with the Clockwork Orange clamps on our eyes.
Yes.
And watching men cut shoes with knives very quickly. And hearing Billy Mays say, Billy Mays here.
I still remember the original Magic Bullet infomercial.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, there's some really good ones. Maybe we do that. You know what? I think we do. I'm going to put that on the Patriot Club list.
Yeah, infomercials.
I think that would be a fun topic.
That would be a good one.
So if you'd like to hear us talking about random bullshit, and I just want to, we got into it super quick, and I also don't want this to be like a full blown hardcore normal episode.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, I'm going to super quick plug. I'm sorry that we're not doing a sponsor for this episode, but again, this is like a little bonus thing. But if you like the show and you want to hear us talk about shit that's not Metal Gear, you can patronize us at $5 or more and listen to our podcast on everything like the infomercials we're talking about.
If you like hearing when it is not about the game.
Yeah.
Patreon is the place for you.
The 1-star review that we received in 2017.
If you would give us 5 stars for it not being about the game, and you like when it is anything but the game, Patriot Club is the place for you.
Yes.
Patreon.com/Metal Gear Mondays. We'll talk more about it later.
Yeah. Well, more about that on part 1 of the Delta coverage at the very beginning, actually.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? If whatever the fuck his name, Gaiden LVI or whatever, if he ever updates that fucking 2017 review, I'll stop talking about it. How about that? That'll be our...
I like to think we're going to click into it one day and it's going to be like, I've matured a lot and I actually really like when they don't talk about the game. I've grown.
James, chill. I can only get so hard. I can only get so hard.
You'll come to find that half the reason people listen to us is because of our musings when we're not talking about the game.
Yeah, I would love to see. I want this. I want that person to send us a supercut of how long the total podcast would be if it were just the sections we were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. I mean, to be fair, early days, I feel like we were pretty beholden.
That's true.
To the game.
We're pretty on target.
That's true.
For a couple seasons.
But yeah, we got to make it fun for us too. Like, come on, guys. James, what are you hoping for with Delta? Like, what are your hopes, dreams, fears? What does the future hold for Delta for you?
I think I'm mostly just excited to experience this story that I've heard so much about over the years. I feel like many people love this story as like, the story. I'm excited to, now that I've played more games written by Kojima, I'm excited to see some of those threads, some of those phantom threads, as it were.
Nice.
Jesus. It's honestly, it's kind of like, it's interesting in a lot of ways because we make fun of Kojima for his like tell don't show storytelling all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of comforting. It's like a little comfort blanket.
Oh yeah, it's
nice
Kojima soup for the teenage soul.
It's Kojima's chunky Pabst Blue Ribbon soup for the player's soul.
Yeah, no, there's some fun shit here.
Pabst Blue Ribbon soup. Oh my god,
so good.
I need to get I'm gonna clip James saying "so good" and just use that in the soundboard.
Yes.
Yeah, I think outside of that, James, is there anything else you want to speak on since you're not going to be on part one? Is there anything in the virtuous mission that you wanted to make a note
Yeah,
of?
I took a
Yeah.
couple
And
of
we'll plant a flag at the beginning of part 2 as well for James to like talk about like anything pressing that came from that involved like story spoilers or things that he wants to bring up. So we're gonna get James's thoughts on the wider
Mhm.
virtuous mission,
Yeah.
regardless. But just like anything we can talk about in like a first impressions, like non-spoiler capacity.
Yeah. I'm just looking through my notes here. There are just like some things that I thought were just like funny about like the opening credits, mostly like the disclaimer about preserving the creator's original vision.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that Looney Tunes-esque, like you're about to experience maybe some things that sound racist, but
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
different time. And then the thing that like kind of stuck with me that I was just like thinking about, and I'm sure this is more of a semantics thing, but just like it outright saying like based on MGS3.
Oh, I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
we didn't even talk about that in our part one episode. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was
I was like,
it was an interesting credit to see.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Also, like, I think it's saying like the thing about like, based on the creator's original vision. I was just like, just call him by his government name, you know?
I think it's also interesting when asked, I can't remember who asked him this, but some interviewer asked Kojima if he was going to play Delta, and he like
He's like,
laughed and said no.
Nah.
I think obviously a lot of people are interpreting that as fuck Konami, but I think considering like a lot of Kojima's collaborators worked on this, like Kojima doesn't strike me as the kind of person to be disrespectful to his friends and collaborators. So I almost think that what we're seeing is sort of a byproduct of what we talked about in the Death Stranding 2 thing, which is like Kojima has just moved on. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he's got any hankering to go back to like an old project.
For sure.
But yeah, I'll be curious if he ever does check it out in the way that David Hayter finally played MGS5. I'll be curious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we talked about it a little bit in the Death Stranding coverage, but it does feel like Kojima has moved on and has really reclaimed a lot of these things that, he obviously contributed strong vision to creating, and he's like, I still got it, baby.
Yeah.
It's also worth mentioning too, I think like it's his baby and he has love for it and everything like that, and I'm sure, but like he was already kind of getting tired of Metal Gear by 3 anyway.
Yeah.
And then went on to make 3 more. So it's like
yeah, I think originally he said 3 was the end for him. Like he said he just wanted to do this and be done with it. So
I will say, so I've only done the virtuous mission so far. Like I'm not super far in. I'm planning on playing a bunch this weekend, but it has given me a new perspective on the completeness of 5. I actually think 5 is a more complete story than I gave it credit for, despite it feeling like a little loose in some ways in the back half. And so I'm excited to see, like, as I learn more about this story, how I feel about like Peace Walker and 5, and then eventually 2 when I play that, in the context of like what we're getting here.
I've never considered the fact that somebody will know Volgin as a burned, faceless golem.
That was it was exactly my thought. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I forgot that that's who this is. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I literally never even fucking thought that would be a thing. Yeah. So brace for that. Brace for the origin. Brace for the origins of Quiet's parasite situation. That's a thing. And yeah, just brace for a lot. So.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
That's cool. I think they should have put the end in a bikini.
That would be cool. Yeah. What the fuck? Why is it that Quiet has to be naked so her skin can photosynthesize, but the end gets to be all wrapped up in old man clothes?
I think isn't the idea like
free the old man's
like,
dick?
Free the old man's
free the dick. Free the dick.
Free the snake.
Isn't there like a thing? We should probably not talk about this. We'll save this for future parts. I'll remember this thing that I'm going to ask. It was a serious question, not a joke, but we'll save it. That's why I'm saving it and not just telling the joke.
Thank you for that peek inside of your thought process.
Yep. Again, it's like one of those things where if I don't say the words out loud, they will haunt me until I die. So
Nice. Well,
Sweet.
cool. I'm very excited. I think some of the key moments I'm looking forward to are a lot of the boss fights.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm really excited to get James's input. And I'm really excited for you guys to hear the wonderful episode we did with Kay. So we're off to a great start. If there is anyone who you would like to have on here as a guest feature, and I don't necessarily want to talk shit about how we handled MGS3 and MGS4 back in the day, but I think having like listeners guest and finding our footing and doing like every other episode as a listener response episode, there were just a lot of things that I think we were still kind of finding our way. So in the spirit of trying to keep a certain level of production and trying to keep a certain level of like people who are accustomed to having discussions in the media. If there is anyone that you can think of, like a Jake Baldino from Game Ranks or whatever, if there are people that you know that love Metal Gear that are like anyone from Kind of Funny, whatever, if there's anybody that you would like, man, I'd really love if they would appear as the third or fourth seat on this season, feel free to reach out to them on your own and let them know.
Sure.
But B, feel free to reach out to us and let us know if there's somebody who you think we should reach out to.
That's the thing, is like we can attempt to reach out to them as well, and that does work sometimes. But like a lot of these personalities and stuff that talk about this have talked a lot about how like their fans reaching out to them about stuff is the reason why they do things.
Gotta have the groundswell.
Yeah, so could be the move.
Yeah, could be super helpful. And because we're on our bi-weekly schedule, I mean, obviously you're getting this on release day, but then you're going to get next week's episode as scheduled. Because we're bi-weekly, it means we do have a little bit more time to reach out to folks and get like special surprises lined up. So yeah,
it doesn't mean we have anything special lined up. It's just the way of how we're doing it. So
yeah,
just
correct.
Don't get too excited.
Yeah. The potential for excitement is a thing.
Yes.
But yeah, awesome. All right. Well, in terms of any sort of current announcements that have to happen before next episode, I think I'm set. Do you guys have anything pressing that you want to announce today?
Not an announcement. I do mention it on the part 1 episode at the beginning, but I do want to just kind of highlight it here as well. Something that I'm not super like excited about, but kind of is necessary, is that I have started a GoFundMe for some moving expenses. Me and my wife currently live in a red state, and they're passing legislation, and they're doing a lot of like really unfortunate things regarding trans rights and stuff that are very uncomfortable.
So on the list of states that's accepting the National Guard deployment and trying to essentially turn into a police state.
Not so far, but I think it's because we're not that important. But you know, who knows? It's the thing that I was worried about is like when we moved to, I'm from here, and the thing that I was not anticipating when we moved here was that this was going to happen. And so like you can't plan for your awakening as a human. So it's like, yeah, we got to go. And so we're kind of like, we've got some time left before we do it, but we were calculating, and it's just like, unless we want to like suffer greatly for the next 8 months, the savings that we're doing or that we can do is not going to be enough to get us over the finish line. So I started a GoFundMe. It's doing fairly well. It's like a dynamic thing, so the goal that's set right now is going to automatically like go up with time. But when we hit like the original, GoFundMe is weird, but we have the GoFundMe. The link is on my link tree, linktr.ee/Liliana Dawn, LILLIANA DAWN.
She's really close too, guys. Like if
really,
anybody
really
can
close.
help just kind of get her over the finish line, like that would be amazing.
Absolutely.
I also want to thank all of our current folks who've supported the show, who have also supported Lily.
100%. Yeah, I saw the list of donors, and I was like, shout out to Metal Gear Mondays community, like really showing up. And Lily, I just want to say, like, I'm so proud of you like doing this. I think it's really hard to ask for help, especially in today's climate when like it can feel like there's a lot of different noise out there. And so
Yeah.
like, good on you. Shout out to the community. Like, we're gonna get you to your goal. We're gonna share this shit around. Like, get you out of Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also one of those things. It's like, and that's the other thing too, is like when we hit the goal, like if we can, like the more we get, like the better it can be. Like, you know, with the unfortunate news from the other day, one of the places we were considering was or is Minneapolis, which just had a whole thing happen. But overall, as far as like support for trans people, it's probably like one of the best states you can move to in the country that isn't that isn't like one of the coastal cities that is really expensive. We might be able to do something like that. Like the options are like if we hit our main goal, Minneapolis is like go. If we can expand it and get more, we can move to a coast, maybe back to Washington or even up to Canada in some instances, because my job will help support the visa process, but we need to make sure like it is feasible for us to do. So that's kind of like stretch goals, is like, hey, the more money I get, the safer I can be, basically. So it's just like, it's levels to it. So yes, the community has been amazing. I should look at this. I know, like Tyler Nunez, Chad, Johnny Flores, Alessio has been very kind with his money and his platform as well. James, I know you had talked about helping out too, so I
just donated.
Did you really? Oh,
Did
wow.
it live on the
live
show.
on the air.
Oh shit, telethon style.
That's right.
Jordan Carroll as well are people from like the community that I want to thank that have shown up and donated. But if you can't donate, like sharing it, if you can share it and you know there are people in your network that would see it and be, you know, compelled to help or would like to help, then that's help enough. I know plenty of people that have shared it that again, like Alessio shared it on his platforms, and I've gotten a donation from somebody that I don't know that has seen it and was kind enough to help out. So it's literally just sharing it could also be a big help. So again, that link is on my Linktree, linktree.com/Liliana Dawn. I will say, like, and I don't mean to like jump into like the defensiveness immediately, and because this is nobody except for one specific person, I'm not going to name them, but like, if your goal here is to be like, well, why are you moving and why do you need this money, and explain your purity to me, otherwise you don't get anything, then it's
if
like,
your
then
pain
just
isn't past a certain threshold, you don't deserve my $5.
Right.
Yeah. Then just walk away, just look away and don't donate, and that's fine.
Yeah,
I
it's
had
a donation,
somebody,
not an investment. So this merit-based thing is kind of goofy.
and it's like one of those things is like, I've been doing this show, like a lot of people, 10 years. Again, we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of this podcast and this show and doing all of this. Like, at this point, if you don't trust that it's for the right reasons that I'm doing it, then why do you even listen to the show?
Right.
Like,
yeah, right.
So it's one of those things. So again, this is nobody else except for this one person who like came and directly asked me. I was like, well, can you give some evidence that you're suffering? It's just like, no, dude, I'm not going to do that. I am. It's hard to be here, and
and things are just going to get tougher.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And again, I'm not of any, like, I know there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, there's so many places where it's just like, you know, people in Palestine need help. There's people all over the country need help, and like people are making their donations, things like that. I know that I'm not like the most oppressed person in the world. I get that, but I you know, I could really use help. And it's,
but I think in today's world, like the thing that you can do that is probably the most valuable and most impactful is supporting the people that are in your community.
yeah.
And Lily, you have a large community of supporters here, and like if everybody took the attitude of like, well, there's also all these other things, it's like, well, nothing would ever get done. No one would ever get help. There's always going to be other things. So it's like, if you can, you know, even by sharing, if you can't donate, like if you can share, like goes a long way, and like
100%.
you'll
Yeah, I
feel
agree.
good about supporting someone you love, your community.
Yeah. And
100%.
regardless of whatever permutation of beliefs you have or configuration of whatever, right now is the best time to support a community, be a part of a community,
Yeah.
have a tight relationship with people in your
Mhm.
community. Again, regardless of, oh, you're not progressive enough, oh, you're not liberal enough, oh, you're not moderate enough, whatever the fuck your beliefs are, it doesn't matter. Humanity and friendship and togetherness is very important. So I would hope that if I were to hop on and tell you guys I'm in a tough situation, and make, because one thing you guys need to realize, and I don't want to harp on this for too much longer, but like one thing you need to realize is like you have to be vulnerable to ask for things like what Lily's
Yes.
asking for. So if anybody ever came to us feeling very vulnerable with like a very serious ask, I would never dismiss it.
Right.
And I hope that if I came to the show with a very vulnerable ask, that you guys would provide both myself and Lily with the same amount of respect. You know what
Completely
I mean?
agree. Completely agree.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too, is like we are like, it's a podcast and everybody's scattered, but it's a community. And I think we're all very proud of the community that we have fostered. It is a community that has transcended borders and backgrounds and all kinds of stuff. So it's
Are you describing outer heaven right now?
Yeah.
That's what I
We've
heard.
created our own outer heaven. Like it's basically, yeah. So it's just like, I'm coming to my community and asking for help. And it is hard and I don't like having to do it, but I am thankful that I feel like I can. So
100%.
that's all.
So,
Thank you
but
for
yeah,
your consideration. I love you.
Thank everybody who's been listening. Thanks to everybody for hearing us out. Thanks to everybody for supporting us enough for us to be here right now. And I hope that everyone who has Delta already enjoys it. Happy release day. If you've had Delta for 2 days now, I hope you've been enjoying those 2 days.
If you've had Delta for 2 days now and beat it, Alex Hill,
yeah,
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. I guess you know what? I'm gonna stop giving Alex a hard time because I eat food very quickly, and my wife is always like, "Well, fucking enjoy it, Alessio." And I'm always like, "I did enjoy it." And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to think about Alex in that way now. So Alex, do your thing, dude.
Good on
I'm
ya.
so sorry for ragging on you in the past.
He was like, "Oh, old Mr." Wait, was it you that said that old Mr. Cutscene skip himself? No, it wasn't you. It was somebody else. But
I did say I was proud of him for not skipping cutscenes, and he said, "Thanks, Dad." So you're welcome, son.
He did. He also he also did not skip the cutscenes in Clair Obscure, which is a much longer game. He was
Holy
very
shit.
involved in the conversation about the story of that. He talks about video games and he does watch the cutscenes of many video games. It's actually
Nature is healing.
Nature is healing. We just we rag on him because he doesn't know anything about the Final Fantasy 14 story, despite being incredibly deep in Final Fantasy 14.
He does skip a lot of cutscenes. His username is
does.
literally cutscene skip on PSN.
Yeah, he's a story.
So.
He's a reformed story boy though.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I hope everybody enjoys it. Hope everybody has a good time. Shout out to the original cast for re-recording lines, even if they were very minimal. Fingers crossed we get a chance to talk to David Hayter sometime in the coming months. Something is in the works there. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad we're finally officially, like, we were back with Death Stranding, but we're finally officially like back with Metal Gear. And it feels like reuniting with an old friend. So
That's right.
It's finally about the game.
After all these years.
It's finally. Well, do we want to do like our social stuff?
I think you're fine. Go for it.
Okay. It's finally about the game, and it's finally just a box. Just a box.